Hey guys, it's Ashley with 3R Sales and Service. We are taking a look at a 6x12 single axle enclosed trailer today. And I am not in the video. Abby is the one who normally takes the video, but I am taking the video this week while she is out of town. So we'll just have some close-ups of the equipment and kind of go over everything. This particular system is really close to one of our Blizzard packages, which is like a 5x8 with a 5.5 gallon washer and a 12 volt soft wash. The difference is this particular customer, he provided his own trailer and he brought some equipment that he purchased from us in the past. And he had intended to kind of build something all along, and then it just never happened. So he called us up and asked if we could just put something together for him with the stuff that he had already purchased from us. And then we just added the additional items needed to put it all together in the trailer. So it has a 4 gallon per minute pressure washer and a 12 volt soft wash system. We have our 3 Titan aluminum hose reels right up front here. These are aluminum framed and they've got stainless steel manifolds. They're all hand crank. We go ahead and add all of those fittings in the front to keep all the hoses nice and secure. Up top we have 200 feet of the 1/2 inch soft wash hose, and then we've got our 3/8 pressure washer hose. There's 200 feet there, and 100 foot of the 3/4 inch Flexzilla hose, which is really nice and lightweight and super easy to use. On the pressure washer reel, we put our quick connect nozzles right there up front so it's easy to access. We have our injector off to the side. You can kind of see in there. It's easier to reach but harder to get to with a camera. You can adjust your soap draw right there at that injector. It comes with a long dip tube, and we'll go around back and get a better view of everything, but you can drop it into whichever chemical tank you want to draw from, or drop it into the water tank to rinse out your soap injector. In the front of the trailer here, we try to keep all of our hoses going around the edge so you can keep your aisleway nice and clean, and then have additional storage as well. We have on that blue hose that's going up the wall is our inlet filter. So that is actually the hose that's coming from the garden hose reel and feeding the water tank. So it's feeding through a filter before it goes into the water tank so that you don't get a bunch of sediment in the bottom of your tank. And then down below, we've got filters before it goes to the equipment. And then we'll go ahead and take a walk around back. The customer got a trailer similar to something that we would get with the barn doors. He did do the interior paint, so he painted the walls and the floor, which gives it a nice barrier between the moisture and the wood. And of course it brightens everything up, makes it easier to wipe off the walls or touch up paint if you need to. Just gives it a nice clean look, and easier to keep clean as well. So down below is the 4,000 PSI 4 gallon per minute pressure washer that he had. Now this unit was a portable system. It's direct drive. Most of our direct drives are portable. So what we did is we took the frame apart and made it a more stationary frame, just so it doesn't take up so much space right here at the back of the trailer with the way that the exhaust needed to face in order to vent it properly. It's got the general easy 40/40 pump, and we have our bypass connected to the unloader valve that goes back to the tank so we can keep that pump nice and cool whenever it's idling. We have a bleeder valve up front. Get back there. The bleeder valve is that hose that you see that goes right through the floor. That gives us the ability to get all of the air out of the water line between the water tank and the pump, and also get all of the water in the pump head to prime it. So much easier startups that way. This blue hose going up here is just our tank drain. So we extend the hose a little bit so that you've got some room if you want to direct it somewhere. And you just open up that drain with that brass valve right there at the very end. So easy to use, easy to access. You can use it for washing hands, filling buckets, anything else you need. This little hook we have back here is where the surface cleaner is going to go. He has a 20-inch whirl away that we can just connect right there. We put that angle so it doesn't bump into any of our hoses and loosen any of his fittings. We made some aluminum hooks for the accessories that he had. And then over on the side, we've got our 12 volt soft wash system with our Midwest hydro mixer. And that meters your water, your surfactant, and your bleach going through the soft wash system. The nice thing about these is they have the solid piece manifold, so it's a lot less likely to have additional leaks when the manifold's put together. It's got check valves on every single line, so you're not going to get backflow into any of your tanks. And then my favorite part is that on the bleach valve, it actually tells you what percentage of bleach you're pulling if you're starting with a 12.5% concentrate. So we always have to have our water valve all the way open, and then on the bleach valve, if you've got this, you're basically cutting it 50-50, so you would be pulling at about a 6% rate whenever that is all the way open. The charger is just above the soft wash, above the mixing system, and it gets plugged in right down here. So you can charge the 12-volt deep cycle battery from the exterior of the trailer, and then it also has an additional port here. So if you wanted to hook up lights or something while you're at home, you can plug something in from inside the trailer. In our showroom especially, we'll leave that, we can plug in right there if we want to just have lights on the inside of our trailers. So you can use it for servicing, we use it for showroom capabilities. It's just kind of nice. Battery box for the 12-volt deep cycle battery. We have a 7-gallon surfactant tank, and the customer had 2 55-gallon tanks that he wanted to have available. So we typically use one 55-gallon and many times one 55-gallon water tank, where this is a 100-gallon water tank. So this is one of those situations where the customer is going to have to pay attention to how much liquid he's actually hauling in order to stay under that 3,000-pound tow capacity. So that's something that we always educate. Make sure that you've got the right amount of weight whenever you're towing these single axle trailers. They don't have brakes, so you can't have more than 3,000 pounds being towed. Lastly, above that, we've got our dip tube assembly. So the reason why we have a dip tube on here, it actually attaches to the bleach line that you see right there with the orange sticker on the mixer. It gives him the capability to either pull from one 55-gallon tank or the other, because we don't like to put bulkheads in there. They're just really prone to leaking if you're using bleach in them. So we're just trying to save that from being an issue down the road. But that dip tube assembly can also be used as a transfer pump. So if he's getting drums of SH and he wants to pull it, he can basically take that dip tube, drop it down into his 55-gallon drum, and then use his wand assembly to direct it into the tanks that are on board his trailer. So we try to make this as efficient as possible. It worked out really nice for this customer. This is someone that's a little bit more local here. He's not right here in Barberton, but he's in Ohio. So if you have any questions in particular to this exact trailer, feel free to give us a call. If you like this idea of a setup, you can go onto our website. We have a couple trailers similar to this, our Blizzard package and our Whiteout package. So you can either type those into the search bar or just go to our trailer packages on 3rpressurewashers.com. Thanks.